Today's fairy tale for the 4th of July is actually an American fairy tale, specifically an African American fairy tale from Her Stories by Virginia Hamilton, an incredible book from 1995 that focuses on African American folklore, specifically about Black women. I'll be doing a lot of them over the next month, but the one for today is Good Blanche, Bad Rose, and the Talking Eggs. It starts out the way many kind and unkind girls' fairy tales do. There's a mom who has two daughters, Blanche, who is good and industrious, Rose, who is mean and lazy, but the mom prefers Rose in this instance because Rose is her spitting image. The mom made Blanche do all the work while Rose did nothing but rock in her rocking chair. One day the mom tells Blanche to go get a bucket of cold, fresh water at the well. So Blanche goes to the well, she gets the water, and while she's there, she sees this old woman she doesn't know. And the old woman says, "Hey, I'm really thirsty. Can I have some of your water?" And so she says, yeah, and gives her a drink. The old woman says, "Thank you, bless you, you're a good child." And Blanche goes home with the water to her mother, but still later, of course, she can't satisfy her mom, and the mom hits her, and Blanche runs away into the woods. She runs into the mysterious old woman again, who says, "Girl, what's wrong?" And she says, "Oh, Auntie, my mother hit me. I'm afraid to go home." So the woman says, "You can come home with me. I'll feed you, give you a bed to sleep in, but you can't laugh at anything you see there." So they walk through the woods together and thorny bushes open for them and then close behind them. And then they come across these two axes that are fighting each other in midair in this beautiful illustration from the book. Blanche thinks that's weird, but she doesn't say anything about it. They keep walking, and then they see these two sets of arms with fists but no bodies punching each other, and again, she doesn't say anything. They get to the woman's cabin, and the old woman's like, "Okay, Blanche, make a fire, and then I'll cook us dinner." And then she sits down and takes her head right off her body. She puts her head on her knees and starts just combing its hair, which would be way easier. How weird, Blanche thought. This must be a magic place, but she didn't say anything about it. So the old woman puts her head back on, gives this big bone to Blanche. They cook it in a pot over the fire, and then it's filled with good meat to eat. She gives Blanche 1 grain of rice to pound, and then suddenly the table is full of rice. After supper, the old woman says, "Will you scratch my back?" And she's like, "Sure." But when she scratches her back is made of broken glass. When the old woman sees that Blanche's hand is covered in blood, she just blows on it, and her hand gets magically healed. Blanche spends the night, she feels great in the morning, and the woman says, "You've been so good, I'm gonna give you a present. You get my talking eggs. Go out to the chicken coop, and if the eggs say, 'Take me, take them.' But if they say, 'Don't take me, don't take those eggs.' Then when you go home, break the eggs behind you as you walk." So Blanche does that. She only takes the eggs that say, "Take me," and on the way home, when she breaks them behind her, diamonds come out. Then gold comes out of the next egg, and then a carriage and beautiful dresses come out of the next egg. So then Blanche comes home, fills her mother's house with all these riches, and it says her mother was very glad to see her. I bet. So of course the mother says to Rose, "You go meet this old woman in the woods and you do the same thing and bring home even more fine dresses." So Rose goes with the old woman, but she breaks all the rules. She laughs at the axes and at the head. She finds all of that funny, but she is mocking instead of kind and accepting. The next morning, the old woman tells her, "I can't send you home with nothing, Rose. You are not a good girl. But go to the chicken house and just take the eggs that say, 'Take me.'" So of course, Rose goes to the chicken house and she doesn't listen, and she takes the eggs that say, "Don't take me," as well, not respecting consent. When she walks home and breaks the eggs, out come snakes, toads, and frogs, all of which chase after her. Then out of the last egg, whips came, and they whipped Rose as she's running home, chasing her. She gets to her house screaming, "Mama, help me," and it said, "Mama saw the ground beasts and the whips, and she was furious. Get out of here, Rose, and take those awful things with you. Go live in the woods." And she sent Rose away like a dog. The last line is, "And Rose went, taking her troubles with her." According to the author, this story was collected in Louisiana, but there are similar stories in Europe. One of the most popular is Frau Holle, which I've talked about here before. The author goes on to say that the earliest written versions probably came from India and then spread to Africa and Europe, because as people travel, so do their stories. It might be kind of disappointing to you that nothing happens to the mother in this story, when really all of it's kind of her fault, and that our girl goes home to her instead of staying with the awesome old woman, but that is how the story goes in all of the other versions as well. Even in the Grimm brothers' version of Cinderella, it's the stepmother who tells the stepsisters to cut off parts of their feet to fit into the slipper, and yet she doesn't get punished. The stepsisters do when they go to the wedding and have their eyes pecked out by birds. Maybe that's why it can be really satisfying to reimagine fairy tales into new stories where we can change the ending to be more just or more to our liking. Definitely check out her stories. Also, you can check out my book, Dust Spells, a reimagining of the 12 Dancing Princesses, and my podcast. All the links are in the bio. Happy 4th of July.